Hello everyone, this is Mumbo here, welcome back, and today we're going to be getting just a little bit naughty because I'm going to be showing you 5 different ways in which you can kill all of your friends using the trusty Nether portal. Now this is due to a recent change in Minecraft that basically makes travelling to the Nether quite a lot more dangerous, so let's take a closer look. Now it used to be in previous versions of Minecraft that when you travel through a Nether portal, you will spawn on the inside of the Nether portal, then you'll have to walk out. Well, recently, for some bizarre reason, Mojang have decided to change this, and now you spawn on one of the 4 blocks surrounding the Nether portal. But the problem is that Minecraft doesn't appear to check for these blocks to see if they're actually viable. For example, if we travel through here, as you can see, I spawn on the outside and immediately fall down to my death, which isn't particularly good. Of course, this doesn't strike me as intentional behaviour, and I'm sure it's going to be fixed at some point in the near future, but for now, I can't miss out on this sort of opportunity. You guys know that I love causing harm to all of my fellow Minecrafters, so I'm going to be showing you 5 simple ways in which you can use this mechanic to cause as much damage as possible. So let's begin. So this first one is relatively obvious. We're going to be using full damage to actually get ourselves a kill. So if you just walk through the Nether portal, as you can see, it does the regular thing, and then we will pop out on the other side and immediately fall down to the hoppers. We will lose all of our items, they will all go into those hoppers and end up in the chest. So I guess one of the main positives of using this design is the fact that you get to keep all of the items for anyone that gets caught in the trap, which is good if that's your main goal. This next design is a bit of an old favourite of the nether pool trapping community, if there is such a thing. If we just pop on through the nether portal here, as you can see, we immediately spawn and we are straight in lava. There is no delay there will be no time to react. This is pretty much a surefire kill. Building this design was actually a little bit more tricky than I personally was expecting. What you need to do is surround the nether portal with blocks, and then in the gaps in front of the openings, you want to cover all of that up with lava. Now the reason that you need all of the blocks is because the player actually spawns on the outside of the lava and they're immediately knocked out of the lava by any damage taken, meaning that the player doesn't actually die, which isn't particularly good, is it? Moving on from lava and full damage and all that boring sort of stuff, now we're getting on to the real deal. If we just pop on through the nether portal, you can see we spawn and we are met with a familiar sight. Oh boy, we have been blown to smithereens, not much of us left there, and that is due to the huge quantity of TNT that I've just placed down in front of that nether portal. Brilliant stuff. I'm sure most of you understand how all of this works, but for those of you who don't, on the outside of the nether portal we have got ourselves a pair of pressure plates. They are right next to some TNT. When the player spawns in, they immediately trigger the TNT, meaning that all of this blows up. Now you may notice on the back side of the nether portal we have got a bunch of blocks, and that is to prevent the player from spawning on this side, because all of this would be no use if the player spawned on the wrong side of the nether portal. Trap number 4 is essentially an advanced version of the falling player trap. If we just head on through the nether portal here, as you can see, we will spawn immediately on a pair of pressure plates, and straight away a pair of pistons will extend, pushing their blocks into my head, meaning that I will suffocate and eventually die. All of my drops will fly out, land in some hoppers, and end up in a chest. So once again, this is a pretty good design if you want to gather up some resources, but one of the big problems with it is quite easy to get out of. As far as the redstone is concerned, it's another simple case of linking up a pressure plate to a piston, as you can see right here, and once again we've used the blocks out the back of the nether portal so that it forces the player to spawn on this side. The final design for today's video is a little bit different from the others because it doesn't actually kill the player, but I would say it is arguably one of the most evil. When we pop through the nether portal, you can see we immediately spawn in a bunch of cobwebs. We have got a very long descent here, and sadly because I've forgotten my sword, I think I'm just going to have to sit this one out. Now of course if you do want to build this one, you are going to require some silk touch shears, which are relatively expensive, but I would say it is well worth doing because as you can see, it's extremely effective. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is all of the designs that I've got for you today. Of course, I do just want to mention that I really do hope this bug gets fixed because this could cause some serious chaos on multiplayer servers if this bug remains in the game. But anyway, ladies and gents, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.